Hi, my name is David, and given the situation, there's a ton of people looking for jobs right now. I decided to share something that I've worked on in the past. I've been a HubSpot user for about 5 years, using the CRM for certain things, and then working with a HubSpot Diamond agency. And so I just figured I'd share how you could repurpose HubSpot for your job search to boost it up. If you just go onto LinkedIn and just try to send everybody, just do easy apply to every position you see, chances are you're not going to hear back from anyone. So we're going to go into a little bit of how to use HubSpot as a job search CRM. They say you should treat your job search like a real job. So we're going to treat HubSpot, we're going to build a CRM around it. So you could track your interactions, you could track what you are doing, see where each position stands, stay on top of them, and all that stuff. So let's start with, first of all, you go to hubspot.com. HubSpot.com. So first step is you just go to hubspot.com, get free HubSpot, get the free CRM. It's going to ask you for a company domain. I'm just going to type my name, company name, David. Simple enough. Just go through the basic questions here that they're asking you. I know my way around pretty well, finish up, and we are signed up. We now have an instance of HubSpot set up and ready to go. So now the first thing you're gonna wanna do is go in and go to this little gear setting here, click on it. If you go to integrations, email integrations, and you connect your inbox. I'm gonna use Gmail, continue. It's going to open up my Gmail account. Yes. Allow. And now HubSpot has access to my Gmail account. So that means it could see when I send emails from my Gmail or when I receive emails into Gmail and attach that information into HubSpot if I wanted to. It's automatically going to ask me if I want to download the extension. The answer is yes. When I install the extension for Chrome, download. What this extension lets me do, okay, so it seems like I already have it on Chrome. What this extension lets me do is it actually lets me see, first of all, it lets me send emails from Gmail directly and have them logged in HubSpot. It also lets me see when emails are sent or received or when the other person opens them. Let's remove it and add it back on so I can show you how it add extension. Okay, it's going to add it to my Gmail. Great. So now we have the Gmail extension. The next thing you're going to want to do is link to your calendar. So here you go into the sales tool under meetings. And then you have your connect to your Google Calendar. Turn on calendar sync, connect to calendar. Accept and connect. Again, same thing, using my same Gmail account. Here you could actually link in multiple calendars if you want. This now let me link into my Google Calendar. What this actually does is it lets me create a meeting link right from HubSpot, which is pretty cool. If you click on that, pick a day and time that you're available. Now it linked into my Gmail calendar, so it's gonna automatically not offer times that I already have a meeting set over a period of rolling weeks. And I wanna say over the next 4 weeks, I need a minimum 15 notice time, at least 15 minutes between meetings. Okay, next. We're gonna go to first name, last name. That's what the free tier gives me. Pre-populate fields that I already know. So that means if I send someone an email and they click on the link, they're gonna skip pretty much all this information, so they could go straight to booking the meeting with you. And auto submit fields, we're not going to do that, so people could have a chance to, turn it on. This is what the meeting link is going to look like. So when you send someone an email, they're going to get something that looks like this. They could pick, on Wednesday at 9 a.m. is a good time for me, fill in information, and that meeting is on both your calendars. So that's it. It just makes it easy. Now you could actually send a link to this page, or you could embed this on your website. Well, that's the paid tier. So yeah, you could actually put this link in your email signature, And this way, every time you send an email to a hiring manager, or if you reach out to someone, they could just book up an appointment right with you. They don't have to then back and forth on does this time work and does that time work. Okay, next we are going to go into some configuration. So we're going to go to this gear here. We're going to go to properties. And here you have the different property groups. We're going to create a property. The property is going to be a deal property. The group could be deal information or anything else. We're going to add job listing URL. And that is going to be a single line text. Continue. The other deal property that we're going to add, and this is something that you're going to have to customize for yourself, whatever works for your job search, for your industry. I'm going to go get deal information, and the label is going to be applied on website. No. Okay. Now here I'm going to choose a drop down or multiple checkboxes. Maybe it makes more sense. Add an option. Okay. Now I'm going to continue. You can even add another option here if you want LinkedIn. And now we're going to continue. So now we have these two property deals that are thing. Now, if you go to records customization and you go to the deal record sidebar, here you can see the options that appear. We're going to select edit. Under deal information, we are going to add the URL, job listing URL. We are going to add the contacted through. This way, and let's see what else is in here that you don't need. Amount you want, deal stage you want, close date is not relevant, owner is not relevant. Last contact you might want to keep, deal type is also not relevant. Okay, great. These are the 5 main things that you're going to want. And this is how you customize a deal in HubSpot. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is under deals, you're going to want to customize the stages. This is customized for a sale. We're going to change this into need to applied for you. You, and then we could delete the rest. You could add a deal stage called lost if you want, if you just want to keep records of the ones that you lost also. Great. So now we have our basically our job application status. So you apply to a job, you see a jobs that you want to apply to, then you send an application, you have a phone interview, you have an in-person interview, and then you either got the job and then this comes moot. You could also add a stage called 1 if you want to. Again, the deal stages are going to vary on your industry. Maybe some jobs are going to have, maybe some industries are going to have multiple in-person interviews. Maybe there's a technical application. Whatever it is. So now we have set the stages, and this kind of wraps up how to set up and configure HubSpot for a job search. Now, the next step we're going to go into, we're going to create a contact. So we're going to search for a job. You see something that you're interested in. So we're going to create a contact. The best way to find a job, obviously, is not just going onto LinkedIn and applying to every job you see through the Easy Apply, but actually checking your network and seeing if you have any connection into the company in order to get a personal recommendation from within the company to submit you. So we're gonna create a contact. We're gonna call it, before we do that, we're just gonna activate the HubSpot thing that you just click on the little HubSpot icon, click on login, sign in with Google, pick my email address that's associated with HubSpot, and we're in. Great. Now, we create a contact, so I'm gonna add myself a different email, not the job title is CEO. Okay, this is what we have. Great, create contact. The rest of the stuff you don't need to deal with. So now we created a new contact record. Now the thing about HubSpot is once you create a contact record, it also, once you have an @something.com or something, any domain name, it's automatically going to create a company with that same domain name. So now we have a contact record, it even has a company phone number that, information that HubSpot will automatically pull out of LinkedIn for you. Great, so now you have all companies, my companies. So now you have a company and you have a contact. So the contact is the person in the company that's gonna submit you to the job, and the company is the company that you're applying to. Now, I saw a job for a PPC person, right? So I would go to deals. Now I see the pipeline of actually the pipeline that we built of job stages. I'm going to create a deal. Now I'm going to treat each job as a deal. The reason being is that it lets you associate a person, like multiple people and a company to the deal. And it's also going to let me create multiple deals per company, because you might actually find 3 or 4 different roles in the same company that will work for you. So now we're going to write deal name is going to be PPC specialist. It's in the sales pipeline. The stages need to apply. The amount, let's say it's a job for 100K. Close date, whenever I think that, whenever I'd like to close by, or this is less important, I usually leave it on the day that you just open it up. The owner doesn't matter, it's me. The job listing URL, so here would be /job URL, right? So this would be where you actually found the job. If you found the job on LinkedIn, I would recommend looking at the company website and seeing if they have the job listed there and link directly to there. If not, you could go through the actual LinkedIn post. Then you have contacted through. So here I would say that I'm going through a contact. I'm not applying through HubSpot, through LinkedIn. I'm applying through the actual person. I'm sending a person I know, like David Yahid, that I know in the company, an email. So the company I'm associating this job with is Yahid Consulting. The contact is David Yahid. Okay, great. So I'm sending David an email asking for things. So that's why I chose contact. Create. Great. So now I found a job that I applied to. And here I'm going to go back. So now I found a job that I need to apply to, and I have the person and the company associated with them. If I go back into here, click on email. If I then click on, why is this not working? Select. Okay, you got to finish this up, not hurry through like I did. Okay, now I'm going to create an email. I'm going to send the email from my personal account to David and the email is going to the contact I have on record already. Subject, job. Here is my job application. You could actually use this. You have these things called the meeting links. You can schedule with here. This is your call if you think that that's going to work, or if you'd rather just tell them to let you know when is a good time for you. Here is my resume, and then you have the regular attachment here. Attach a file, you upload it to the system. Now that I created all this, you also have something called a template, which you could actually pre-write, a little blurb about yourself, or maybe something that's important for the industry. Something that you're going to write. Obviously, each email is going to have its own flavor, because you're writing out to a personal person you're writing out to someone with a personal ask. However, there are some things about yourself that you're going to want to repeat over and over again, such as maybe your latest achievements, or Here's a link to my latest blog post or something that you're going to want to keep doing over and over again. So you could use the templates, or there's something called insert snippet. A snippet is the same thing as a template, but a template actually gives you the subject and the entire body. A snippet is just a piece of text within the bigger email. Anyway, so I have all this set up, and I hit send. Great. So now I just sent out the email, and now under the deal, I have the date when I sent the email. I'm gonna give it a minute to process. Meanwhile, so now I have thing, I move this to applied. Now, as you keep finding more jobs, you keep moving them from the different stages. And at a glance here, you could see which jobs you have applied to. You have filters, or you could filter through here to kind of actually look for which jobs was the last activity in this week, and see which ones are relevant. This lets you play around with it a little bit. Now, the reason why you installed HubSpot is here. I'm just going to open up on my phone. Here, I got the email. So you see, I got the email from the thing. I just opened it up on my phone. Immediately, I get a little notification here. David, the Heat CEO, opened job application email. So now I know David opened my email. Now, this gives you a little cheat sheet, because if I open it up multiple times, I could, if you sent your e-resume into a hiring manager and you see that they open it up 5, 10, 15 times, you know that they're interested because they keep going back to it. You could actually filter it in here if we want to dig a little deeper, and we say here, click on the meeting link. And now we're going to see, clicked on the link. So now you know that David was gonna schedule a meeting with you. If you did not see that schedule come through, then that's a good time to reach out and follow up and ask him why they did schedule, if there's an issue or something else. Same thing with the resume. If you see that they open up your resume, then you know that they opened it. Now, the minute that this shows up, this is fairly instantaneous. So if you see somebody opening it up, you know that's a good time to call and follow up, especially if you sent in a resume last week and then today you see them opening it up 2, 3, 4 times. You know that that's a great time to follow up with an email or a phone call, even if you have a number, and say, hey, I saw that you had, I sent you my resume last week, and I just want to follow up and see if you are interested, or if we could schedule a call, or what the next steps are. Now, as I mentioned before, as you kind of see more positions, you kind of push more and more through this. So this will also give you a high-level overview of which jobs you applied to, which ones are old that I have not heard from in over a week, so you know it's time to follow up, and just kind of how to inch positions along. As you go in here, it's also going to give you an indication of tracking. So you know when you sent the email, you could see how many times it was opened, how many times it was clicked. You could see on which date you moved it along, so you could see how long between stages. And then it also has all the information here. So you have the company that you're talking to here, and you have the contacts that you're talking to here. Cool thing about that is that as you get more people in the company involved, so you sent this to you're applying for a PPC specialist position, you sent this to the PPC intern at the company. And then you get an email back from the hiring manager, they're going to be added to this also. You add the hiring manager into this stream. And then the CEO calls you in for an interview, you add them into the stream. And then here in this one page, you will see all the activity with all those different people and have a good timeline of how things went down. Like I said, I know that a lot of people are now looking for jobs, looking for new positions, and I hope that this helps you organize the job search a little bit better and take it to the next level. I'd love to hop on a call if anyone needs any help or guidance setting this up. I also have this written out. I hope it helps, and if I could help with anything, don't hesitate to leave a question in the comments. Hope this helps.